So Dungeon Hunter Champions is the next big step for the Dungeon Hunter franchise. It's a brand new online action RPG when you will be able to collect champions. You will bring them in an epic solo campaign with a deep story written by Dananet, where you will be able to fight and improve your champions.
This will be easy.
And later on, you will be able to go in the player versus player game modes, where you will be able to fight in live action PvP.
In Dungeon Hunter Champions, you'll be playing as an invoker, a powerful godlike being that exists outside of space and time. As an invoker, you have the ability to summon champions from any realm in the multiverse and use them to fight for you. Dungeon Hunter Champions is different from other games in the franchise in that it's more about team building. You're not playing just one character, you're playing a party of 4 characters, and in some game modes even 5. We're now expanding into a multiverse, which means that we're having characters from radically different backgrounds. We have characters that are sci-fi, steampunk, as well as the fantasy characters that you've come to expect from the franchise.
We really wanted the game to feel unique, especially since it's a part of a multiverse. If we wanted to have all these characters and all these environments feel like they're all part of the same reality, we needed a strong art style to bring everything together. In the actual game, the gameplay always comes first. It's like super important for everything to be very readable and dynamic. But in the menus, that's where we actually have a chance to have fun. This is where we make the characters' personalities really shine.
When you play the solo campaign, you will face many challenges. Actually, you will face many missions. Each mission, its scenario, is a unique rule, a unique environment, a unique opponents. It's every time a new surprise.
So it's not just hacking and slashing your way through enemies, although of course that's a huge part of it, because after all, we are an action RPG. As you play, you're going to discover a bunch of different game modes, and we tried to be as diverse as possible and really give you many opportunities to explore the powers of your champions and how they relate to the various different challenges and the objectives that we give you. In Dungeon Hunter Champions, we are proud to introduce a live synchronous PvP mode, 5v5. You're controlling one champion with a team of 4 other players, each of them controlling their own champion.
In this specific game mode, you will bring the character you learn to play in the solo campaign and improve in the solo campaign into the real battlefield. And the goal is really basic. You have the opposing team trying to destroy your base and you trying to destroy the opposing team base. The first that succeed win the game.
This is where we're focusing less on stats, more on skill. This is more of the competitive component of the game. And it's all about your strategy and how you use your champion. And this is the core of the Dungeon Hunter Champions 5v5 multiplayer experience.
The worldwide launch of Dungeon Hunter Champions is only the beginning. You can be sure that we have many plans, many champions we want to have, many game modes we have. We have some crazy ideas about some really fun way to play the game. We have also dedicated events that make the game changing every day, every week, every month. The idea is that we want a game that feels alive. There is always something new to do in the game and some new content to discover.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the official worldwide launch stream for Dungeon Hunter Champions. I think that's worth a round of applause. I think everyone's pretty happy for the stream to launch, for this game to launch. Just before we get this show on the road, I'm gonna ask everyone in the chat to let us know if the sound is good, if you guys can hear us well, or if we need to make some adjustments. It should be okay, but we're just gonna wait for everyone to be able to hear us, and then we'll get the show on the road. So I'm just gonna wait for the comments, and then we'll get this started. I'm very excited and I'm happy to be here. I will let my colleagues introduce themselves in just a little bit, but we'll make sure the sound is okay right before. There's a lot of sound is nice, good for me. All right, okay, so let's get this show on the road. Super excited to be here. My name is Sean. I'm the community manager for Dungeon Hunter Champions. I am joined by 2 special colleagues today. You might have seen one in the video. I think he's a star by now.
I'm Dan Porter. I'm a designer on the project. I worked mainly on the design of the champions in Dungeon Hunter Champions, as well as the Synchronous Pvp.
And right here we have a newcomer, a first time on the stream. We're happy to have him as well because he's going to be talking about a new feature that is now available for soft launch users, but a new feature for everyone as well, which is super exciting.
Yes, so my name is Jonathan. I work as the social game designer on DHC, and I mostly work on the guild feature.
Yeah. So without further ado, I invite everyone on the stream, if you haven't done so already, please head over to the link in the description to download Dungeon Hunter Champions now, because the game is released worldwide. There might be some countries that aren't available yet, but it's coming really soon. But in general, the release is available now. You can enjoy this game and all of its many features. I invite all of you to also please follow us on social media, because we're going to be putting out so much content for this game. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, the forums, and don't forget to head over to our Discord server, because it's pretty much the best way to get in contact with both these guys who are actively participating in chat with the team, with you guys, with the community, and helping out with all the issues and seeing which new features the community wants to see in this game. Without further ado, we want to premiere something here on the live stream. It is the trailer for the worldwide release of Dungeon Hunter Champions. So we'll check that out in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll be right back. Okay, so that was the trailer, guys. I heard some of you might have said there's no sound. It will be posted right after this live stream, so you'll be able to check it out and share it with all your friends. But now let's get to the good stuff. I think everyone has been waiting for this game for a while. We've been soft launched for a long time now. It's helped us greatly improve the game. And Dan, I think you're going to showcase pretty much what Dungeon Hunter Champion is, because for people who are returning from the Dungeon Hunter franchise, this is a brand new experience, and there's so much in this game, right?
Yeah, for sure. So just to kick this off, previous installments of the franchise, Dungeon Hunter 5 and the previous Dungeon Hunters, were basically a single character hack and slash RPG. So you guys are used to having like, for instance, the Bounty Hunter from Dungeon Hunter 5, and equipping gear and maximizing this one character. Well, Dungeon Hunter Champions is more about making a party. So you have many different champions to choose from, and it's all about mixing and matching them to make your perfect adventuring party.
Yep.
So I'll show off some of the champions right here. So you'll see that there are some champions that will be returning from previous games in the Dungeon Hunter franchise. For instance, Tianese from DH5. And as well as the Bounty Hunter will be making a comeback. But we also have some new characters, so some of which are very much in the traditional theme of Dungeon Hunter, which is sort of a medieval dark fantasy. But we also have some characters that are inspired by real-life legends, like the Monkey King, Sun Wukong, as well as some new champions that are completely original. Yeah, we have Suzuri, the Ink Ninja. And we really wanted Dungeon Hunter Champions to be appealing to everybody. So you should be able to find a champion that you love, no matter who you are. We have champions from all different themes. We have steampunk, we have sort of futuristic stuff, sci-fi. We also have some champions that are much cuter than before. And each of these champions has their own playstyle, their own mechanics. So we really encourage you to collect them, to try them out, to figure out which one that you like the most. There's really something for everybody here, so I'm just going to kind of go through as I explain more about some of the backstory for our universe here.
So you'll be able to play, we're going to get into the different game modes really quickly and the rich storyline. I want you to talk a little bit about that in just a bit, but there's so many champions to choose from. The art is crazy. It looks so amazing, seriously. It just looks really good, and I think there's something appealing for everybody, like you said.
For sure, for sure. By the way, I am the voice of the Naga, so check out the Naga. He's really sweet. Turn your sound on, listen to him. Also, just to talk a little bit about the the background for the universe, the story was written by Dan Abnett. So some of you may be familiar with his work. He's one of the minds behind Guardians of the Galaxy and some of the Warhammer novels, I believe. So Dan Abnett wrote the lore for our characters and for our world. So you can check that out as you play through the adventure mode storyline. And I'm actually going to show that off right now.
For sure.
Is that a good time for this?
Yeah, it's a perfect time for this. We'll be getting into some questions, so don't forget to send us your questions, because I have the chat open right here, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So we'll be looking at the chat in just a bit. I just want Dan right here to showcase the adventure mode, because it's a huge part in the game, and you're going to want to be playing this a lot.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. Well, I'm going to try out. Let's try out scenario 3, the ancient temple. So here we go.
Seems like a good one. We're going to be skipping these texts, but we invite everyone to check them out, because the storyline in this game is just crazy.
All right, so now to talk a little bit about what this game really is. The meat and bones of the game is making your party. So in this case, I chose one of the earlier scenarios, so we really only have 2 slots available, but as you progress, you will unlock the other 2 slots for your party. And in boss raids, you'll actually have up to 5 champions playing. So I'm going to choose a tank, a frontline fighter here, and this is the Bounty Hunter. So you may remember the Bounty Hunter from Dungeon Hunter 5. Yeah, so he's back. And also the Boon Sister Celestine, who was also from Dungeon Hunter 5. She's got a new look. After her trials and tribulations in the previous game, she's back with a whole new power set. And so she's going to be the healer here. And so I can see my opponents here, and I can inspect them. So I think I have a pretty good shot at victory, so I'm going to go ahead. We'll talk a little bit about the game mechanics and how to play the game.
There's so many ways to play this, because you could have picked any champion to go face off against those, but you picked some that you think are going to be good against those type of opponents, right?
So yeah, each of our champions has a different element, has different skills that they can use, and has different like buffs and debuffs that they can apply to their allies or to their enemies. And so choosing the right champion for the job is what this game is all about. So here I have my team here. So I'm going to show a little bit about the control scheme. So you can see here that we have, like the previous game, we have a D-pad so you can move around. But we have changed our skill system a bit from Dungeon Hunter 5. You can now aim your skills. There's a second D-pad. So I can choose where I'm going to shoot this little energy bolt here. And I can also switch champions at any time. So I've now switched to the Boon Sister. I can heal my allies. So that's part of the strategy here, is being able to switch your characters. Like maybe my healer's in trouble, I can switch to the healer and move her out of the way. So now I'm going to show you how this works. I'll just jump right into the fight here. So each of these environments, we have these beautiful environments. There's a backstory behind each of them, and we have a bunch of stuff for whether you plan on playing by taking direct control of your characters, or whether you prefer to let the AI control. We support all different styles of play. So actually, you can see down here, I'm going to turn on, I have an auto mode button. And now the AI
Perfect
is
for grinding, I must say.
Yeah,
My favorite.
So I know that some of you from Dungeon Hunter 5 remember that you wanted a feature that you could let your characters behave on their own. Now we have that feature, so you can go on full auto mode, or I'm going to turn it off right now because I want to play. So there are more rewards for you if you choose to take direct control of your champion. There are some chests of loot around the environment that the AI will not grab for you. You have to do that yourself, as well as occasionally you'll see a gold grublin spawn. It's a little guy with a sack of gold, and if you beat him up, you can get that gold. So there is a reward for you playing, but there's also, if you're the type of player who prefers a more casual play style, we support that. And we get some story at the end of each mission. I'm just going to skip this though.
Yeah, for sure.
Don't want any spoilers. No reading. Okay, there we go. So. I'm also going to show off our bosses. Ooh, I got some loot.
Yeah, right here,
Nice.
there's multiple game modes in both the solo campaign, the solo adventure mode, and in the battlefield mode, which is our PvP features. We'll get into the PvP features in just a little bit. I want to take a couple questions before you showcase the bosses.
Sure,
you can
go
get them
for it.
ready. But so I have Verez Page, who says, why can't all characters be used in PvP? We'll get to that in just a bit. But rest assured, all characters can somewhat be in 5v5 PvP. We'll get into that later. I'd like to say hi to Dorian for joining us. I stopped grinding on there to watch this. That's crazy. Thank you for the good feedback. That trailer makes me want to go find some popcorn. That's pretty funny, actually. So don't forget to send us some questions. Anyone know how to get Vampiric Gear? Oh, that's a good question, actually, because we're going to get straight into that. Cameron, that is a great question, actually, because certain sets of gear. First of all, you're going to want gear on your champions, right? Because
Absolutely.
gear is just going to make them extremely more powerful. And certain raid bosses will drop certain gear sets.
Yeah, absolutely. So actually, I'm going to show off the bosses first, but we'll talk about gear right afterwards.
Okay.
So here, I'm going to show off. We have the bosses in Dungeon Hunter Champions are bigger and badder than ever before. We really wanted to play around with the sense of scale. That's why you have you can bring up to 5 champions, and the bosses are huge. So here I have my team set up. I'm going to take the spearman.
You should use our brand new Archangel.
Oh yeah, we put the Archangel here.
Oh, that could be good.
Yeah, so I haven't leveled him up yet though. He's new to the party, but you know what? I'll bring him along. Let's.
He's a 5-star net. Come on.
Yeah, come on. He'll do okay. He'll do okay.
He'll do fine.
I put some gear on him earlier, so let's do this.
So while we wait for the loading screen, I see some players talking about issues. If you have issues right now in the game, feel free to head over to Discord, because the devs are there actively fixing the issues submitted by the community. So I invite you all to get onto our Discord server, and also to follow us on all our social media and download the game, because it's available now, right now.
Yes. So let's talk a little bit about the boss raids. So basically, each of the boss raids, you have to clear out some of their minions first, then the big boss will spawn. Each of our bosses has their own unique abilities and mechanics that you'll have to learn. And the goal here is that we really wanted there to be no one perfect party of champions that can beat the game. So when you play, you're going to want to form a perfect team for each of the bosses that you encounter. And since each of them has different mechanics, the team that succeeds against the dragon will not be the same team that succeeds against, say, the Steel Widow. So here I'm in the Elder Drake boss raid, which is basically our big bad dragon boss.
Which you might have seen in the trailer. If you watch the trailer.
You'll see a lot of him. So he's really one of the first major goals as a player that you want to achieve is to be able to take down the highest level of the Elder Drake.
Yeah.
So each time you beat the boss, you
my
unlock.
God.
Yeah, there he is. Oh, okay.
So mighty and powerful.
So we got this big guy. He can bite. He can roar. Oh shoot! I might have bit off more than I can chew with this one. I tried the 3rd level of the Elder Drake, but I might not be able to do it. I'll tell you
are
what.
getting your butt kicked.
I'm going to use a potion here. There's a potion over here, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not think this out. So yeah, they are very challenging. It's going to take you a while before you can build a team that's strong enough to take these guys on.
Because like you said earlier, the current team you have can be good for certain bosses, but can do horrible against others, right?
Yeah, so the thing is that each of these bosses, we didn't want these bosses to be like one shot and then you're done with them and you can never come back. So we have different levels of the boss, and they're different elements, and they have slightly different abilities, and they have these crystals that are buffing them. And so this is the third level of the dragon. I'll be honest, I don't think this team can make it.
I'd like everyone in the chat who's watching to please spam some reactions, some likes and stuff for a member of the dev team getting crushed in this raid.
Oh yeah, I'm getting crushed. You know what? I shouldn't have tried to take on a new dragon here. I should have done the ones we've already that I've already beaten on this account. I thought I could do it, but I'm afraid that it's just not enough. So we can show off some of the other ones after the dragon finishes me off my embarrassing defeat here.
For those who are joining us right now, welcome to the worldwide release live stream of Dungeon Hunter Champions. This brand new online action RPG.
Oh no, one guy left. Oh, he's done. He's so done.
with solo adventure modes, a lot of PvP modes. We invite you to download the game right now on iOS, Android, Windows PC, and follow us on all our social media, because you don't want to miss out on all the content. We have some great stuff coming up, and we want to showcase some of your fan art as well. So follow us everywhere to get more info on the game.
All right, so I'm going to go into a little bit about the gear and the leveling up the champions and stuff. So you can see here, I was fighting the 3rd level of the Elder Drake.
Yeah.
That was a mistake. I should have gone for the 2nd level first that I've already beaten with my team. That was hubris. So I bit off more than I could chew. Sorry about that. So here I'm going to show off the champions. Here's the champions menu. This is really where you, this is where the magic happens. This is where you customize your champions. So here I have my Archangel, the brand new character here that I just got. So I haven't leveled him up yet, but I can show off. I put some gear on him.
Yeah.
So here's how the gear works. You can equip gear to each of your characters. I have a bunch of different choices, and you can see that there's this little symbol in the upper right-hand corner of my gear. That is the gear set, and that is super important for leveling up your characters. You really need to have full gear sets. So right now you can see I have the vital gear set. For every 2 pieces of vital gear that I have, I get 15% extra bonus max HP. And this guy, because he's sort of a tank support character, he really benefits a lot from having a lot of HP. So I have put 6 pieces of vital gear on him, and that means that he gets an extra 45% HP.
Which is huge.
It's huge. Yeah. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Vampiric Set, because we had somebody in the comments asking about the Vampiric Set. So Vampiric Set is perfect for this guy right here, the Spearman. I don't have it on him yet, but you can see in the gear recommendations here to get Vampiric Gear. The reason for that,
for new player.
Yeah,
Very
for new
good.
players, one of the most important things is you want to have a good farming character, somebody that can beat a scenario all by himself, so that you can bring weaker champions with him, and he'll help level them up, and you can use them to train and promote your other champions. So for that, you go into your missions system right here. You go to the missions, you have all these different missions that you can complete, and if you can go far enough, I will go all the way out here. If you can get to Chapter 7, at the end of Chapter 7, you see that there is a full 6 pieces of Vampiric Gear. You only need 4 to get the bonus, but we give you 6 so that you can figure out which pieces you want to replace with other gear. This is super important. You want to put that on the Spearman. You want to get him to 5 stars. You want to promote him up to 5 stars max level, and then he's going to be your farming character.
I got a good question while you're in talking about gear.
Yeah.
There's someone who's asking, can you tell us a little bit something more about equipment upgrades? Because there's certain types of gear, right?
Yeah.
There's a number of stars, there's the color of the gear. It can get a little bit confusing, but maybe you can enlighten us on what kind of gear you should focus on and what happens when you actually upgrade a piece of gear.
Okay, for sure. But just before that gets kind of complicated, but I will tell you guys, for those of you who want to see more about this, we do have a player guide in the game. In the missions, if you tap on this little book down here, see the little red book, and I'm kind of tapping at the bottom, you have all your missions and you have a player guide. We have written a lot about all the different strategies, and there is a whole section on gear here that will explain everything about the gear and how to upgrade the gear. So I suggest that you all go to there in the game, as well as check out on Facebook. We have a player guide that will tell you how to make your first farmer, how to make a good team for taking on the Elder Drake. But I will say a little bit about the gear right now. So you have this gear. You want to have, obviously you want to have more stars. So the stars, what that determines is that determines how your primary stat increases. For every level, you get a certain amount. So right here I have this this max HP
top right
percentage.
of the screen?
The top right of the screen. Yeah, you can't see where I'm pointing, unfortunately, but I'm going to toggle it on and off so you can see real quick. This little thing that's popping up here, the max HP, it's 4% right now. Because it's a 3-star gear, it's going to get more for each level. Than say a 1-star gear would. The color of the gear, when you get it, the legendary gear comes with more stats on it, and that's important because every couple levels you either get a new stat or you increase one you already have. So if you start with more stats, you're going to start leveling up those stats right away. So that's important as well. And then there's the level, which is when I go to upgrade my gear. I have this menu right here. For gold, I can upgrade my gear. Boom. You see the number 1. I'm going to upgrade it again. It's going to show number 2. Okay, that level is telling me how many times I've upgraded it so far. So that's the gear basics. Yeah. In addition to gear, you also have your skills. So your skills, you see that there are some levels for the skills. So there's 2 ways to increase your skill levels. One is you train or promote your character using another character of the same kind. So you can here there's training that increases, that gives your character XP. It gives the champion more levels. And you also have promotion, which increases their number of stars.
So right now, Archangel here is a great champion. He's at 5 stars already.
He starts at 5 stars, which is great. But you can take any character all the way up to 6 stars. So
even the Grublin?
Even the Grublin, even the 2-star Grublin. In fact, Get the Nature Grublin Shaman. He is amazing in the late game. He's one of the 2 stars that actually really shines in the late game. Get that guy, take him, promote him all the way up to 6 stars for real. He's worth it. The guys on the dev team.
Do you have it in the list? Maybe we
I'm
can
not
show
sure.
I don't think so.
We don't have him yet, but you can buy him in the black market shop for gold. He's a really easy guy to get. But if you train or promote a champion with another of the same champion, so any of the Archangels, training an Archangel with any other Archangel, training a Grublin Shaman with any other Grublin Shaman, since he's easy to get, he's very easy to skill
Maybe
up.
you can show it with both Archangel.
Yeah, I can show. Oh, do we have 2 Archer girls here?
Yeah,
That's the Ranger. It's the Ranger. Yeah. Okay, so we have the Ranger. So the Ranger, dev name Archer girl. the Ranger. If I train her right now with another Ranger, you're gonna see right now.
She not only gains
experience, but she's going to gain, boom, one of her skills levels up. There's another way to get skill levels that's very important for your 5-star champions, okay? And that is that you can get what's called a Tutor Fuzzle Puff. You get this from the PvP tab in the shop right here. So you see right here the Tutor Fuzzle Puff. This guy, you get him for battle emblems, and that's the reward that you get for participating in any of our PvP modes, async PvP or live PvP. So this guy's really important. You can only buy 1 per week, so I suggest that you get him every week. That's really important for especially for your 5-star champions, because you don't want to waste another nat 5-star champion fusing him.
I noticed something right here. There's an Ascend menu. Ascend, which will make your champions a lot more powerful. I know you're going to get into that real quick.
Yep.
These elixirs right here, there's gear sets that you can get from the raid bosses, but there's also elixirs right here that you can also get from raid bosses, which will allow you to ascend your champions.
Yeah, so I'm going to do that right now. So basically, each of these champions, you can see, this is the Archangel when he is not ascended. You see that he doesn't have his awesome wings that he has here. Boom, he gets the wings. He also gets a stat increase, and for some champions, they will unlock upgrades to their skills or new synergy traits. So I'm going to do that right now. So boom, and they each have their own unique name. So he was the Archangel before, but now he is Velor, the Light Archangel. So now that I have the Archangel ascended right here, you can see it changes his visual, and he gets a stat bonus. So I'm going to talk a little bit about how you do that. In the boss raid section, oops, that's PvP.
That's PvP, which we'll get into, in just a little bit.
In the boss raid section, we can see that there is the Bull Demon King. So the Bull Demon King drops elixirs, and the other 2 bosses, the Elder Drake and the Steel Widow, drop gear. Steel Widow will give you vampire gear, by the way, if you want to have any extra.
It's important to note that you will be unlocking Steel Widow once you have completed a certain level of Elder Drake.
Yeah, once you get to stage 5. Yeah. So here we have, you'll notice that the Nature Bull Demon King, that drops elixirs just for Nature champions, but the Golden Bull Demon King, he drops elixirs that you're going to need for all your champions.
You might as well do them right now.
Yeah, I can do them right now, but just to let you know, the Elemental Bull Demon King, right now it's Thursday, so we have the Nature one. That changes every day of the week. So you have a little chart over on the right hand side here that you can see which Bull Demon is on which day, so you can plan out your schedule for when you want to show up, when you want to get that. I'm not going to challenge a very hard level this time since I lost. I'm going to pick an easy one this time.
Once was enough, right?
Yeah, one time getting my butt kicked was enough, so I'm going to try this out with the easy.
For those who are joining, don't forget to download the game now because it is available right now worldwide. You can download it for iOS, Android, and Windows PC by tapping the link below. I think it is gameloft.co/playdhgfbls. You can see the link on top. Go click it right now and download the game. Don't forget to rate it 5 stars because it's amazing. Totally amazing. And follow us on all our social media for more Dungeon Hunter Champions content. Right now, this boss, I can't wait for people to actually see it because it looks so good too.
Yeah, so let's do this now. Okay, so beat the mini boss. Yeah, I picked an easy one. I kind of copped out here, picking one I knew I could beat. But when you play this, the rewards increase for each level of the boss. So by picking an easy one, I'm getting less rewards. So this is just for demonstration. But when you guys play, you really want to beat him on the hardest level that you can possibly take out. If you can get all the way up to the 10th stage of each of these bosses, there are great rewards for you. So check that out. In addition to the gear and the elixirs, there are a few other goodies in there. Each of the elemental bull demons, not this one, but the nature one and nature fire, etc. Those ones will sometimes drop shards for very specific champions. I can tell you, each of those guys, they are definitely very useful, especially in the end game. I can't recommend enough getting the light rune sister from the light dungeon. It's totally worthwhile. It's in our player guide. You guys should really check that out. It's gonna take a while to get all the shards to summon that champion, but it's definitely worth doing. So
I got a quick question while you're defeating this. You just got him. I mean, that seemed way too easy for you. I just got a question for what's the maximum level for gear?
The maximum level for gear is 15.
15. So you can get gear all the way up to 6 stars?
So that you can't increase the stars of your gear once you get it, but you can get up to 6-star gear from the Elder Drake at the last stage of the Elder Drake, or the Steel Widow as well.
So 6-star level 15 gear is where it's at.
You can also, when you're in the early game, you can get gear from the scenarios in Adventure. You can see that each of the little dots on the map here has a gear piece. So for instance, I see board 1 has the little medical cross, the plus symbol. That's for vitality gear. I can get some low-level vitality gear to start me off in my game right here. And if I, for instance, do scenario 3, the little helm is there, I'll always get a helm for the vital set, as well as we have here the brutal set and down the line. So your starter gear you want to get in the scenarios in Adventure, and then at some point you'll be able to take on the bosses. You can get the higher gear. You can replace that early game gear. That's going to be how you want to progress through the game. So
let's say Dan, we've done all of this. We've done all this adventure mode. We've leveled up some champions. You've got quite a bunch of champions. You've summoned them. What's next? Because for me personally, I really like competing against other players, right? So what's there in store in terms of multiplayer in Dungeon Hunter Champions?
All right, so I'm going to go into a little bit about the 2 modes that we have released right now. We'll save the other for later. Jonathan will talk about it. But right now we have an async PvP mode that is the arena, and we have a synchronous PvP mode, which is the 5v5. Okay, so I'm going to go into the arena real quick and explain that. So I have a defensive team. When people attack me, they're going to see my profile show up, and they will see my team. They can challenge my team, try to defeat them. So I'm going to pick, for instance, I could say I want to put my Archangel here. I put the Archangel in the team. I set my defense. Boom, it's set. So now anyone who challenges me will see that. If I go on the attack, I can see other players here. And they have a certain number of trophies.
And these are real players.
Yeah, these are real players. It's based on a sort of elo system, and we call them trophies. That's your elo points. So right now I have 1,000 trophies. So I can pick other players that are near me. So I'm going to try out, see what this guy's like. Oh no, I'm not going to. Nope. I'm not going to be able to beat him. Here we go. A soft target. So this guy is going to be really easy for me to beat. Sorry, who is this? I'm going to call you out. Vanquish. Sorry, Vanquish, but you're going down. You're about to be vanquished.
There's some questions talking about champions with higher stars, so like 5-star champions being powerful. But it's important to note that every single champion in the game can be leveled to 6 stars.
Yes, absolutely. Every champion can be at 6 stars. And I'm gonna be honest with you, some of the best champions are in the 2 or 3 star category. Like you really need to evaluate the champion, not just the number of stars that they have, but also what do they bring to the team.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously there are champions like the Archangel that are amazing. They bring a lot to the team, and they have those great stats. But there are some champions like the Nature Goblin Shaman, the Light Boon Sister. There are 2 or 3 star champions. They're very easy to get, that are absolutely fantastic.
Which you might think at first that are just food for the other champions to train, but in the long run, they're going to be so powerful.
Yeah, for sure. When you start off, you're probably just going to want to stick with your 3 and 4 star champions because it's just about the stats clearing through the adventure. But once you get to the bosses, that's really a puzzle you have to figure out. You have to figure out which champions are the perfect team. And when you're doing this, it's all about the buffs, the debuffs, the skills that the champions have. And sometimes you're going to want to leave that 4-star behind and bring the 2-star guy that's got just the right abilities for beating this boss. So really, it's a strategy game in the sense that you're going to be figuring out what your perfect party is for each situation. We have many different modes in the game, so you're going to want to figure that out.
I just want to give you guys a good feedback I got from one of the community members. We have Anthony who says, I love the gram. We love Instagram as well, but I love the game. Graphics are clean. Great job, guys. So it's always fun to see comments like that. If you haven't played yet, please download the game, enjoy it. The dev team is always there to support the community. We want to be as transparent as possible and showcase everything that's coming up for the game and stuff. So be sure to
Join the Discord too.
yeah, exactly. Join the Discord. Come talk to Jonathan. Come talk to Dan.
Yeah, I'm gameloft.dan on the Discord. This is gameloft.sean.
Yeah.
And are you
Johnny?
Johnny?
Johnny.
Yeah,
Johnny.
Johnny.
And there's another PvP mode because we just saw an async PvP mode, but something that is brand new to the Dungeon Hunter franchise is live 5v5 PvP,
Yeah.
which is my forte. I must admit, this is crazy. I love this game mode.
Okay, so let's give this a shot right now.
Yeah.
So I have, so you can, we just have for worldwide launch, we've released the invite your friends, invite your guildmates. You can now play as a party. We're really proud of this feature. So I'm not going to invite anybody right now, but that's available. So I'm just going to join up. I have, by the way, have my rankings. Have my rewards. There are great weekly rewards. We have seasons that rotate out every 2 weeks. This is for both the async and the 5 versus 5. They're separate leaderboards, so
Yep.
we really encourage you to check that out. So here we go. I'm going to start that right now. Sorry about that.
There's a lot of players right now in the queue, so queues and servers might be a little off, but we're gonna try to hop into a game real quick. And yeah, see you showcase a little bit of 5v5 PvP. While we wait, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us. There's still a little bit more we want to touch on. We want to talk about guilds because guilds are a brand new feature that are in the game right now, and a brand new feature that's going to be really exploited to the max. And Jonathan's going to talk a little bit
All right,
about
here we go.
Yeah.
So I have my account. Did you make this account? Joey, I'm suspicious.
It wasn't me.
No.
And that's a Shaggy.
Who did?
Shaggy
I'm just
song.
wondering because we got Johnny over here. I'm wondering if he's the one who made
He's
Joey.
trying to plug himself everywhere. He does that. Yeah.
We have Johnny, Joey. I can be Danny.
So right here we have
We have
players joining up in this 5v5 live PvP. Your first game, I think we can talk about it, but your first game in live PvP isn't going to be against other players because it's a test run, right?
Yeah, it's a test run. So we have some bots that you can fight against for the first couple matches, but after that you will be thrown up against real players. So we didn't want to throw you in with the sharks right away. So I'm going to choose the Ranger.
Yeah.
The Rangers are a reinterpretation of the champion that you may remember from Dungeon Hunter 5, Maddie, the Bandit Queen. So she's back as the Ranger in Dungeon Hunter Champions, and she's probably one of my favorite characters to play in the 5 versus 5 because she sort of fulfills that the ranged carry role, and I like her because she's really great for taking down towers. So. Get to show that off.
While we're waiting right here, I have a great question from Craig on Facebook, and he asks, he says, I wanted to ask about synergy. Does this apply if you have the character in your team only, or do they need to check with leader? I'm not sure about that. I saw that in defensive PvP setup, it didn't apply unless they were the leader.
Oh yeah, all right. So right now the synergy trait is only the leader in defensive PvP. Everywhere else you can pick which champion in your party is granting you the synergy trait. So some champions do have synergy traits, gives a bonus to your whole party. So yeah, for right now for PvP, for async PvP, it's only the one that you put as the leader. For all the other modes, once you have the champion in the party, there's a little button at the bottom of the screen in the party loadout menu that you can choose which synergy trait you apply, so you can really take advantage of that. So, but right now we're talking about the 5 versus 5, so I'm going to show that off a bit.
This is so cool. I love this.
Yeah. So for those of you who have played other MOBA games, this is inspired by the MOBA genre. So we have some lanes, some towers, some troops that are going to help you. Right now, I'm facing off against the roller derby.
A little bit of latency issues. We're currently in a bunker in the Gameloft Montreal studio, so we might have a little bit of connection issues, but rest assured your gameplay is going to be a lot smoother.
Yeah, our recording studio is a little bit far from our Wi-Fi hub, so apologize for that. But right now, the AI is quite aggressive at defending the tower here, so I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be able to push in on her.
So like we mentioned, your first games will be against bots just so you can test out your skills and get used to it, but later on you will be competing against other players. I can't stress this enough. This is live PvP. You're playing against other players.
Yep. And so basically we see it as the PvE is really where you test out champions, you figure out what they contribute to a party, you master their playstyle. But the PvP is where it's really skill based. This is not all about stats. This is mostly about skill. You do get some small benefits from leveling up in PvE, but we flatten the stats out a bit. So basically, the way it works out is you only have a very small percentage of your advancement in PvE in PvP, and you unlock it as you go. I'm level 3 right now. When I get to level 15, I will have a small percentage of my PvE stats. But when you start at level 1, you are the same as everyone else. So for those of you who have played other MOBAs, there's some of them will have like talents or runes or levels up, and it basically all kinds of like metagame features so that you can improve your stats inside the game. For us, that is the PvE. You play in the PvE, your champion gets a little bit better, and in PvP, as you level up, you unlock some of that power. So we really encourage you. Oh, so close!
On
she got away. Yeah, so we really encourage you to master your champion in PvP in PvE, and then bring them to PvP. The one thing that holds our whole game together is the champions. They go with you everywhere. They are there in PvP. They are there in PvE. They are there in the async, and they are there in the ultimate Blitz, which we will talk about a little bit after this. But we have so many modes, and your champions are good in all of them. I do want to talk a little bit about the MOBA compatible champions. I know that some people have
yeah, that was a question that was actually asked a little bit earlier.
Yeah, so only certain champions are eligible for the 5 versus 5 PvP. This is just a balancing thing. You know, we have over 250 champions, and we really wanted the PvP to be balanced, so and also bug free. So we really needed to make sure that we weren't launching with 250 champions. So what we did was, one element of each champion is eligible for PvP. You can figure out which one because they have this little pink crossed swords icon in the corner of their portrait.
Maybe we can show it after this game.
Yeah, so we'll show it afterwards. So right now, the nature archer girl, that's the archer girl that you can bring with you in PvP. And each champion family, one of the elements is a PvP eligible champion. So for like the Archangel, it's the light Archangel that you can bring with you. For the shark, it's the water shark. So each of them has one version that you can bring with you, so that way you can experience all the different champions in PvP. But also it means that you don't have to memorize the skills and attacks of 250 different opposing champions.
I just like to mention that you're wrecking this guy's mid lane.
Oh yeah, I am wrecking the mid lane.
Voxia.
Voxia coming.
Oh my God!
I was wrecking.
Oh yeah, that was
down. Oh, but she went down too. So
okay, we're good.
Vengeance is sweet. My troops came in and cleaned that up for me. I'm going to try to push through to the core really quick and end this.
I have a quick question while you do that.
For sure.
There's some questions about server location. So we have servers all around the world. We want in the future to have even more servers and maybe switch out the leaderboards to be country related. But that's really plans for the future. There's nothing promised, guys. But there are servers right now which are all over the world. So you guys should have good connections.
Yeah, I just confirmed with our server guys yesterday that there is a European server, and although for the PvE you will probably be connecting to our North American one, as soon as you get in PvP you will be connected to a European server. So that's something that we have up now.
You're cutting it close there.
Yeah, I'm afraid that she's an assassin, and assassins are made at taking out marksmen. So I'm playing a marksman character, so she has the advantage. But I'm gonna try to do a little hit and run here. Yeah. She can't get me under my tower. I'm gonna poke at her with the arrow. I don't think. I think it did. I think it did. We just in the last update. Yeah, in the last update we actually improved the hitbox on the Ranger's ultimate ability.
Keep the questions coming, guys.
All right, now I got super troops now. So when you take out the last tower in each lane, you will get super troops, and super troops are much stronger, and they will help you push and defeat the enemy core. Usually, the first team to get super troops is going to be the team that wins. Not always, though. They're coming after me now because I've taken down a lane. But my troops made it. So you notice that If your opponent is not very skillful, like the bot that I was fighting, you can clear the game out in 5 to 10 minutes. We wanted to go for a pretty short action phase. This is a mobile game. But if you're playing against skilled human opponents, you'll find that the games go a little bit longer than that, up to 15, 20 minutes.
And that being said, you talk about other players. This game has a huge social hub. There's a lot of news that you guys are going to be able to see in the news feed, and there is the tavern where you see live players. Once you get on top of the leaderboards in Arena, you're pretty much there for everyone to see.
Yes, I'm going to show that in a minute. So for those of you who are checking out the
So these are all
arena.
real players, guys, by the way, moving around. You can switch your avatar, which represents...
Oh yeah, let me do that real quick. I have the Archangel because he's really awesome, but I'm going to choose...
And it's a bit the showboat, I must say.
Yeah, it's showboat, but I'm going to choose the Mighty Slime.
Ooh.
The Mighty Slime, and I set him as my social avatar. So right here, you'll see that there in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, there's this little gear icon. It's like a little cog just above the question mark. When I tap that, I can lock my champion, which means that I will no longer, if I do that, it will make it so that the champion can no longer be used by accident, consumed to promote or train. It's really important if you want to make sure you don't accidentally use up your guys. The shared champion, whenever I set someone as a friend, they can use my champion, my shared champion, for all of the PvE game modes to help them out. So for this, you really want to share your best champion that your friends are going to use, and you want to have friends who have good shared champions. And then there's the social avatar champion, and that is the champion that we see in the hub here. This is the tavern. So when you're in the tavern, you will see your social avatar champion, and as well...
Top Arena players.
Top Arena players.
I see Hesitation here, by the way. He's in the chat right now on Facebook. Hi, Hesitation.
How's it going, man?
You're showcased right here on the stream.
So yeah, Hesitation, we see here that has the, it looks like we have the devil there. So yeah, I see a Grublin Shaman for Envy. So yeah, you can set your social avatar champion. So if you want to put your cutest character on the pedestal, you can. It doesn't need to be your strongest, and that's how you change which champion everyone sees, which champion you show to the world. It's the social avatar champion.
So we'll skip over now to and let Jonathan talk a little bit. Jonathan, which is a newcomer to the stream.
Yes.
His first live stream. He's excited to be here because he'll be talking about another social feature which we have just introduced to the game. So for soft launch users,
feature.
yeah. So for soft launch players who have played the game for a while, this is a new feature, and this is a cool feature for the players who are just arriving right now. So
Yes.
before you start that, don't forget to download the game, guys. It's available now worldwide, iOS, Android, Windows PC, the whole jazz, everything. Go rate it 5 stars because the game is simply just amazing. Like you've seen Dan play, the game is simply beautiful and amazing. And don't forget to follow us everywhere because it's the best place. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, everywhere to get info on Dungeon Hunter Champions. So brand new feature, Jonathan, which you can showcase right now. We have guilds in the game, and
Yes.
the guilds are going to be somewhat game-changing for players joining
Yes.
a guild.
Yes, so at the left side of the social hub, you will see the guild, which is the last button on the left.
It's a little shield there. You can see
Yeah,
it.
little shield.
That guild.
And so we are already in a guild right now, but the main purpose of having a guild is to help you socialize with other players, but you will like to have them as friends too. Because like Dan said, you will be able to have shared champion that will probably help you with harder content.
Yeah.
So it's really important.
Because you're not always going to have the extra champion you need, but your friends might have them.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
might
exactly.
be really useful.
And it takes a long time to make a 6-star champion. So you've worked for weeks to make that first 6-star, and you have a friend who's got another 6-star. Well, now you have 2 for beating harder challenges.
Yes.
So right here we have the guild home menu.
Yes, this is the guild main page. So in the guild main page, you can see the name of your guild, your ranking, and you can see one of the feature we added is the check-in rewards. So what do you want in your guild is you want to have active member. So as an example, if you don't have time to play today, at least you come into the game, you check in, and now you have your participation in the check-in of today. How does it work? You have the threshold, so you have 6 on 30, you have 10, 16, and 24. And depending on which one you are reaching, you will be able to receive this reward in your inbox the day after.
Yep.
and
Which are valuable rewards because
Yes.
you're going to need gold.
It's almost 10K a day.
Yeah, that's crazy
Yeah.
because you need gold to level up your gear.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's really good.
And to buy items from the black market in the shop.
Also.
And summoning costs a little bit of
True.
Yeah.
soft
So
currency.
you're going to need a lot of gold, and you can get some more gold by checking into your guild every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
So maybe you can talk a little bit about what you can see with the members and the contributions, the upgrades and stuff, because there's so much in store for guilds. There's not only check-ins.
No, there's not only check-ins. So on the members tab. So in the members, just gonna do that for the moment.
That small tutorial.
Yeah. So you can see here all the members of the guild, and I'm just gonna do that. So where's the leader? Oh, leader might left.
You're leaderless.
Yeah.
So,
right now in the members tab, you can see all the members of your guild. You can sort them by their power, so the battle rating, as you can see there, and you can sort them with their contribution point, which I'm gonna tell just a little bit after. And what you can do is you can tap on someone in your member, and you can view his profile.
Should be working.
Should be
in
working.
just a little bit. If it's not working, it's not the end of the world. So basically what you'll be able to see is, you can see, I think, his main roster. Is that it?
Yeah, you can see his.
But you can show the profile from the tavern, maybe.
Yeah, just to see the.
Yeah.
So I'm showing my profile, but
So this is what's gonna come up when you actually tap on the.
Tap on guild members
Yep.
or tap on people. If you see the people walking around
So
in
I'm
the
gonna
tavern,
do
you
it.
can,
So
yeah,
walking around in the social hub.
just tap somebody.
So just tap on him. You can see his name. So
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you talked about contributions. Maybe you can talk a little bit about that, because the more your members or your guild members are going to be active,
Yep.
the better upgrades, or the faster you'll be able to upgrade your guild. And
Yes.
upgrading your guild gives you a huge advantage in all game modes.
yeah. So this is something we're really proud of. Is that being part of a guild will increase permanently your stats.
That's crazy.
For the adventure mode and for the asynchronous PvP, not for the 5v5.
Not for the 5v5,
Yeah, but
but
for the-
everything
yeah.
else, yeah.
For balance purposes.
So if we go into the upgrade, so as you can see here, the guild is level 1. And you have 1% for everything as soon as the guild is level 1. So just
making a guild
just
is
making
great.
a guild, just joining a guild, you have 1% to all your stats. And after that, each level, one stat is upgrading. After that, and it is important to know that how do you create guild XP? So how do you create guild XP is by, I'm gonna tap on the little,
Little
question mark.
marks.
Yeah,
We have
little
question
question
marks
marks.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Tap on them, you'll
Yes.
learn about everything.
So energy spent by all guild members is converted to guild XP. So
all energy.
all energy.
All energy.
That's crazy. So you play
Yes.
the game, you level up your guild.
yeah.
Yeah, just play the game, you will contribute to your guild, and they will be able to level up the guild.
That's sick.
Yeah, so we don't ask the player to spend soft currency, gold or gems to level up the guild. It's
No,
like
just play.
Just
Simply
play,
by
be
playing.
active.
So the more your members are active, the better your guild is going to be, the better your overall champions
All
are going to
champions
get.
will be, yeah.
It's amazing. And I have a quick question right now. I might be interrupting, but what is the max level right now for guilds?
So right now the maximum level is level 40.
40.
Yeah.
That's a long way. You guys have a
Yeah,
lot
it's
to
gonna
be
take
playing.
a while.
What's our guild at right now? I'm in his guild, so do you know what our guild is at right now?
Well,
the rankings?
This is something else. Like, for sure, when we talk about guild, we have competitive guild. So we have a ranking right now, which is the battle rating of all the members together gives the battle rating
Yeah.
of the guild. So as you can see, the first one here is Nat2S.
Not 2 stars?
Yeah, Nat2 stars,
Yeah.
and after that you have the Dev Hunters.
Dev Hunters, I'd
Yeah.
just like to say, I might be in that guild. I'm just saying.
But you should be in the first one.
Yeah, I
Good.
know.
So yeah, so we can see here all the guild until the top 100.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another interesting stuff for the guild is the guild shop. So in the guild shop, you'll be able to purchase specific item like light and dark shards. And how do you get currency to buy stuff in the guild shop is by generating guild coin.
Guild coins. And
Yes.
how do you get guild coins, and how do you give out guild coins? How do you receive them?
Yeah, so how do you do that is that in the members tab at the top of
right?
your
Yeah,
screen,
up at the top here.
yeah, you will see the send GIF.
Okay.
So once a day, you will be able to send 1 guild currency to every guild member.
So that's a maximum of 29 per day.
Yes.
Yeah,
If
that-
the guild is maximum, if the guild has 30 members, then you can receive up to 29 guild coin each day.
Now, do I have to pay anything to make those guild coins?
No,
Everything's free
it's
again.
generated free.
It's just generated free.
So,
Okay.
So guilds are basically a huge social advantage in the game,
Yeah.
because the more you participate in the guild, the more shopping you'll be
And
able to do in the guild shop.
Everything you do in the guild is free participation.
All right.
So you just need to be active.
So what's this? I see you have some coins there. It says
Yeah.
you have 2 coins there.
So how does it work is that if you can send guild coin, then how can you get them? It's by using the collect button. And why I have the numbers 2 right here is that 2 of my guild member has tap on the send GIF.
So you've received 2 gifts from 2 people in your guild.
Yes.
And now it's ready to be collected.
Yeah, so if I tap on collect, it's gonna ask me to go into my inbox
There you go.
and
There
I
it
can
is.
claim them. Yeah.
So it sends it to your inbox. By the way, most of the stuff that you're getting, you'll regularly get gifts from Gameloft. You'll get gifts from the events that you participate in. You get gifts from the guild coins. All of that will be sent to your inbox. It's the little, looks like an envelope
Yeah.
button over on the left-hand side of the menu here. That's where all your goodies will be sent.
That makes
Yep.
me think, don't forget to head over to your inbox, because pre-registration rewards are there, and
Yes.
there's a bunch of stuff.
And
Good rewards.
And if you
Yeah.
think, did I pre-register? I don't rember pre-registering. The answer is if you log in right away, you get it, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that
you'll
right?
be- you'll be getting them,
You don't
so-
have to sign up anywhere. Just being part of our launch event and playing right now, you will get the rewards.
Yes. So another thing I will
Will
talk.
be
Yes.
before you start. I just want to add, we have a draw coming up for multiple champions from the pre-registration website. All of those who pre-register directly on the website are in the entering to win all of those champions. So we'll be deciding really soon of a winner. We'll be picking out a winner. We'll be contacting you on the email address that you sent over for pre-registration. So be sure to check it out, because I'll be contacting you soon if you won 15 different champions. So that's a good gift.
All right,
Yeah.
wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool. So I think, are we done with the guilds? Did you have anything else on the
Yeah,
guilds?
well, only one thing is that here you can see that the contribution point, important to notice that right now it's updated once a day. So
Okay.
at reset timer, not many minutes after, then the contribution point will reset.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
so it's a
Yeah.
daily contribution. All right,
Yes.
cool.
If you
And-
want to head into a little bit more gameplay right now, Jonathan, before we head off, maybe showcase what's your favorite part of the game. Maybe you
My
can.
favorite part of the game.
Yeah. Jonathan, by the way, has been playing a lot.
Yes.
His personal profile is pretty epic. We're not going to showcase him right away, but you'll be able to find him in game if you look close enough. So we'll showcase a little bit more of the game right now. We'll end the stream with the trailer again. Hopefully we have some sound, but if not, you guys will be able to see it on our Facebook page. It's going to be live at 12:30 p.m., which is in 30 minutes. I invite you all, while Jonathan plays, to download the game, because we've been talking a lot about it. I'm excited just talking about it. I'm excited to go back to my desk, play a little bit about the game.
For sure.
And just get some good stuff from both the guilds, from the solo adventures, from the PvP features. I'm just excited about this whole game.
Yeah, and as we were talking just sooner, when you have friends, you will be able to select them here in the left.
Yeah.
But now I don't have friends.
Jonathan doesn't have friends right
No,
now,
no
but
friend at all.
so there's really an advantage in being nice. There's an advantage in being
Be
guilds.
social.
Yeah, you can use your friends champions with you on the missions. Did we want to answer any questions before
Yeah.
we get
I'm
close to the end?
Yeah, I'm checking out some questions if you want to start playing a
Yeah.
little bit of
So
gameplay.
my
I'll see if
favorite
there's
part of the
anything that
game
comes
is autoplay.
So there was actually a question about that, about autoplay. Is there a way to speed up the autoplay for now, or is that in the plan? So I think I can answer that, but right now there's not different speeds for.
You can slow it down
can slow
if
it
you
down,
wanted.
yeah.
You can slow it down if you wanted to get like more tactical and have more like fine control, which is very important for the ultimate blitz, which is a very challenging game mode. But we don't currently have the ability to speed it up. So.
And I mean, it's simply because the game has just started. We want you guys to actually enjoy all of its many features. Maybe it'll be added further on when the game has more of a, once its lifespan has evolved, but for now it isn't in the plan. So.
Yeah, it's not in the plan right now, guys.
Something is interesting with the autoplay is that even if you are in autoplay, I can still move
whenever you want. You can
whenever you want, and the game's gonna take over. Is gonna take back.
Yeah, so you can use just the control stick. Can you show the maybe if you want to replay the scenario, you can show off how you can tap on enemies to focus target them. This is a really useful feature.
Yep.
Maybe do we have any other questions?
Maybe play another scenario.
Maybe play a different scenario.
Maybe play a different scenario.
Yeah,
Good.
check out somewhere else. So we've seen the Dragon Sanctuary. Maybe we can show. We've seen the Dragon Sanctuary. We've seen the Ancient Temple.
We haven't seen Still Widow, but that isn't unlocked. You guys will be unlocking it once you've cleared a certain stage of the Elder Drake. So there are certain plans for the game, guys. If you investigate enough in the game, there are features right now that are hidden, but not really hidden. We have two things coming up.
Blitz Coliseum.
We have co-op mode, which is coming in future updates, and we also have Guild Wars, which are coming as well. We will not talk about them right now, but you guys, you can see it in the game. They're coming.
They're coming.
And there will be more streams to inform you of what's coming up in the game as well, because there's so much in store. There's more champions that are coming. There's more game features. There's more guild features. There's so much stuff, guys. I can't stress this enough. Follow us everywhere because you're not going to want to miss a bit.
All right, so we have here, you're going to see the Blitz Coliseum. So as we mentioned, Dungeon Hunter, we are expanding the game now. We are a full multiverse in Dungeon Hunter. So you're no longer just on the world of you're no longer in the Kingdom of Valentia anymore, which is on the world of Valora. There is now several other planes of existence. There's several other realms that have been added to the game, and this is one of them. So you can see here that we have the Blitz Coliseum, which is in Slamad, which is a sort of technologically advanced world where they have this sort of futuristic extreme sport. The ultimate blitz, where it's basically a pit fight where they throw a bunch of champions in with robots and other champions, and you duke it out. So that is actually, when I talk about the game mode Ultimate Blitz is a separate mode, but it is set in the same setting, which is the Blitz Coliseum. And so in this case, we're still in adventure here, but we are fighting right now he's fighting a mini boss inside the Blitz Coliseum. So you can see the lights, the cameras, the crowds.
So, like you were saying, so what you can do in the game is that when you are fighting, you can tap someone and he's going to focus target. So all my team's going to focus him.
Yes,
thanks for mentioning that, Jonathan, because that was actually a question if you can actually switch the auto attack from champions. You just have to tap on the target.
Yeah.
Tap on the target.
Tap on the target and all of your allies will focus target. If you switch on the auto mode is only controlling your character. The other characters are always fully automatic, so the AI will always control your allies, and you can switch between characters. So if you want to manually control one of your allies, you switch over, and then you can directly control them.
So guys, I think it's time to actually let you guys play, because we've been holding you back for an hour now, and I know you guys are excited to play. For those who haven't downloaded the game yet, download it right now. There's so much in store. I'd like to thank personally Jonathan and Dan for contributing to the stream and being here. I know you guys are going to
Thank you, Sean.
I know
you set this all up. You're great, man.
I know you guys are going to come back for more streams.
Yeah, I hope I'm going to be back.
Of course you are. So I'd like you guys to give us feedback everywhere. So don't forget to head over to Discord, because it's probably the best place to give us feedback.
Yes, we are looking at all the message. We are answering when you have time.
Yep.
To be honest, it's really nice. I really like to talk with you guys.
You guys really help us.
Yeah.
You help us improve the game. I know you guys have found some things that we were able to fix for you in the soft launch. We really appreciate all of you who participated in our soft launch. You guys are great.
So without further ado, we will leave you right here. I invite everyone to, of course, download the game again, follow us on all our social media, and check out this brand new trailer, which we will showcase right now. Hopefully there will be sound. If there's not sound, guys, the trailer will be releasing in around 20 minutes. So let's head over to that, and I'd like to thank you guys again for being here. See you guys next time, and
See you guys.
See you on
Thank
the
you.
leaderboards. Bye.